Today, we hear Jesus saying to Peter, "Blessed are you." My dear sisters and brothers, the Spirit of God has been given to all of us. And so, we are all blessed. Some days back, when we were talking, and we were saying, "How are you?" And a person said to me, "Blessed. I'm blessed." I think that was a great answer, because he was looking at the blessings that God is giving us all the time. Even in the midst of those moments when we think we have got negative things coming upon us, even through them, he gives us blessings, because these are moments in which we have to stand by the Lord, and then we will go ahead. Because look at what Jesus does. He says, "I myself have to go through this so that I will be blessed and all of you will be blessed through me in the resurrection and ascension and in the coming of the Spirit." So we are all blessed. And I must say, I feel the same today. I'm blessed with good parents. They have been the best parents for me. I've been blessed with my brothers and sister. They have been blessing to me. I've been blessed by nephews and nieces. They are also a blessing to me. This is my family, and all who are related to me, yes. But I've also been blessed with many friends. We don't meet all the time, but we are friends. We meet once in a while, and it's a deep friendship. Once I remember a person met me. We had a good conversation, deep, and then we met after 20 years, and it looked like we had just been together all the time. This is what happens when we are in the Lord. You see, he says, where does this come from? Does it come from God or does it come from man? And when God is giving us so much and we are grateful to God, what do? Like St. Ignatius has taught us, you surrender everything to God, even the good things, so that you're not attached to anything. And I always say this because it's been my experience, that we must be attachedly detached and detachedly attached to everything. Because God is in everything, in Him we live, move and have our being. So we must be in God, but not to attach to things and persons, because it depends from where we come. If we come from God, then we are free. But if we come from ourselves, then we are troubled. Then we find all kinds of things which don't go right in our relationship because we have expectations. But when we are in God, there are no expectations. You just love the other unconditionally. Doesn't matter whether they say something, do something, whatever, you're always the same with them. And that's God's very experience. And so, we are blessed always. And so I would like to thank God for the Society of Jesus, which has made it possible for me to be here today and to say the things that I'm saying. I remember a person from my village, I met him and he said to me, "What a privilege it is for you to be here in this church, which is the church of Goa, which is the church of all over the world, and you are doing this thing." I said, "No, I have not chosen it. God has just put me here. I did not want to be even in this place, but God has done this." So we must be always grateful to God, and so I'm very grateful to God for bringing me into the Society of Jesus. I'm almost completing 50 years now, and I think the Society has really made me who I am today. I'm very grateful to everybody, all my formators, my companions, the Jesuits whom I have met along the way, whom I've interacted here or abroad, I just thank them all. But because of my vocation, the thousands of people whom I've encountered, and they all tell me that they also feel blessed, because when we are in the Lord blesses others. And for this reason, there was something that we were told just before our ordination. There was Dr. Dineto. He's a psychologist, he's a healer, and he says, all of you are blessed because your hands are anointed. Don't ever stop blessing people. Lay your hands on them because you have the commission to do it. And you know God will bring healing to people. Just do it. And I've been doing it ever since because I believed that God has blessed my hands to anoint others with the Spirit and with healing. And so that's the reason I do it. And many people will come from far and wide. When I just came here, I used to bless people. But early in the morning, even before the Mass, I was just having my bath. In those days, we did not have the morning services at 5 o'clock. So I was just having my bath and coming, and there was a group of people waiting for me. I said, what happened? He said, no, we come for a blessing. And where have you come from? Kana Kona. So far away, it takes 2 hours to come, and they are here at 7 o'clock. Why? Because it seems I had blessed somebody and they had got healing, and they felt, we also want this blessing. So I have seen the marvels that God has done by what He has done for me to anoint others with His Spirit, with His healing. So I am really grateful to the society for the many thousands of people whom I have interacted with, but very especially during the COVID time. It was amazing because the whole world, especially our Goan community, was here, not because of me, but because of St. Francis Xavier. And we know that what he did was what St. Ignatius did. He gave him the word of Jesus, which transformed him. And he also began to give the word of God to the people who are getting transformed regularly, daily, and we are all here. I know some of you who have told me that you have heard St. Francis Xavier talk to you, and ever since then you have made a commitment to come here and to pray by his intercession to the Lord, and your life is greatly getting more and more blessed. So I thank the Lord for all these blessings. There are so many things I would like to say, but I think we will stop now. And the only thing which I tell you is, remain centered on the Lord. And you can do this very easily. By 5 minutes before you go to bed, take your rosary on each bead. Just as you breathe, you're filled with breath, but you're filled with Jesus. And we breathe out, you're emptying everything out in Jesus' name. That's the grace that He has given us. To keep it all in Him, especially our sin. See, He says in the first reading, I'm taking away your sin and putting into your heart my love, my commandment, to love as I have loved you. So that is what the Lord does. So do that at night and do that in the morning, 5 minutes, and you will see you will never have any problem. And one more thing I would like to tell you, it may be a different kind of thing, but it is always good to wear your rosary in your neck when you go to sleep. Why? Because Mother Mary will protect you. And not only protect you, but she'll also give you her attitude of being an instrument in God's hand. Why? Because all of us are in Jesus. We are His body, each one a unique cell. So we need to be servants of this body. And so we'll say, Lord, you do with me as you like. And so let's now join our hands together and just spend a few moments. There are many things that we may have heard, but there's only one thing which is important for us, that in Him we live, move, and have our being, and that we are blessed all the time. And in this blessing, we bless everyone who has come into our lives.